Hey everyone, this is Cindy and I'm getting ready to start on this journal for Julie. So I thought I would just try to film as much of it as possible, but I'm pretty terrible about remembering to turn on the camera. It's probably because, you know, I'm not the greatest when it comes to making videos. But I thought I would just start on this one. And this one is going to be extremely easy taking that spine out. Look at that. It's just really opened up nice. And I'm glad because I wasn't sure if I was going to leave the spine or not, so this gives me a little while to make up my mind about that. So I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife, and I'm not sure how sharp this blade is. It's not very sharp, so I probably should exchange it, but I won't make you watch me do that. I think we'll be fine. Oh yeah, once we get going, it's great. And just keep cutting. A little drunk on that one, but anyway, there it is. I've been debating about whether to keep this spine or not because, you know, this is a fairly new book and the spine is in great shape, and it would really make it sturdier to have this spine that's original to the book. But it's only like 1.1 1/3. I know we don't usually talk in thirds when we talk about inches, but it's a little more than a half, a little more than 1/4, and a little more than a half. So 1 1/2 to 1 1/4 to 1 1/2. And I would really like it to be at least 2 inches, if not 2 1/2. So I think I am going to cut it out. But you know what? I'm not sure I'm going to do that today. Just give myself some more time to think about it. But if I do cut it out, I will find some fabric, of course, and make a new spine and cover the fabric, the spine with fabric. And what's nice about this one is I have a little bit of room here to, and you know what? I just thought of something. See how, I don't know how you explain this, how the cardboard of the spine, and there's just like a little gap there, like it comes off. If you fold this at the end of the cardboard, and I fold this one at the end of the cardboard, it expands out that spine. You see what I'm saying? And it gives you a wider spine. I need to do some more work on the inside. Maybe cut this part out. Maybe what's keeping it. So that makes it a wider spine. You see how it makes it wider? And what I can do is cut a piece of cardboard that fits in that gap. Not this original spine gap, but from the end of the cardboard to the end of the cardboard. Don't want to get too close. So that kind of solves my problem. It gives me that wider spine while still keeping the other one intact. So it will make it hold the ruler right. It's hard to tell right now because it's not bending quite right. Yeah, it's going to definitely be 2, a little over 2 if I do that. So I may do that. I've done this before on some. I did it on the sewing once. I did, and I don't have one of them around here to show you real quick. Or do I? Hang on, I think I do. Yeah, here's one. So if you look real close, you can see right there where it says Better Homes and Garden, and there's a ridge there and a ridge there. That's the, well, was that in frame? Where it says Better Homes and Garden, and there's a ridge on either side. That is the original spine. And see how this extra room I got because of the way it spreads out? And on the inside of this one, see, I put a piece of cardboard between the two, and that holds that spine out. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. All right, that was a lot of discussion for something fairly simple. But yeah, I didn't think about that until I took the spine out, so I think it will work. So, nothing like talking on and on and on about that. Oh my goodness, I forgot she sent me these. That was fun. Did I know she sent me those? That was inside this book. She sent me a couple other things with in the mail, and I don't know if I saw these in there. So Julie, did you mean to send me these? If so, I'm really sorry I didn't mention them earlier. Well, that was a cool find, and that reminds me of something. Whenever I was in high school, I worked for about a month as a janitor at our high school after school, and we would take our breaks, you know, because it was evenings we worked, and lunch break, evening break, supper break, whatever you want to call it, I would go into the library and just spend my time in there, and that was so cool. But anyway, I checked out this was flipping through this old book, and I found an old stamp in that old book, and ever since then, it's just, I don't know, it's like I like finding stuff in books, because you just never know what people are going to use as a bookmark, and then they forget it's in there. And when I was a school librarian, I used to go all the time and just take a little something, whatever it was, and just stick it in books just all throughout the library, so that kids would find these little treasures inside their books. So anyway, that just made me think of that. So that was a massive big treasure. So anyway, I'm going to start harvesting items that I can use from this book, and the end page is definitely something. You know, it's just plain white, but it still is some good paper. I will probably keep the title page, and I might, let's see, let's look at one of these photos. Lots of times the photos are attached, and this is just all glued. They're attached through the signature to another photo, but I don't think they are this one. So I will just, if I want to use two of these original photos, I'll just hinge them together with the hinge or some washi tape. So, so there's all that glue coming off. Don't want to tear that picture. So anyway, I've been stockpiling stuff in a bin. Let me get it. To use in this journal. And last night I was practicing, because this is kind of the rage right now, is people taking their crocheted pieces and then their embroidered pieces and putting it on their scanners and scanning it or printing it for pages and elements. So I was doing that last night. So I've got some of these things I'm going to use as pages. And then I have quite a bit of this. Oh, there's more. Quite a bit of this eyelet. There were some curtains in my house that had this eyelet. So I've decided I'm going to make it into a page to just sew within the signature. So we'll just have, like, instead of a fabric flip, it's going to be a fabric page. So that's going to be included. And I'm not sure what all... Oh, this is something different. Oh yeah. You know, there's nothing like cleaning your room and you find 3 signatures that are done. And like, oh my gosh, what did this go to? And I looked at it and I thought, it looks kind of like a glue book. It didn't really look like a journal. So what did these go to? And then I remembered I was going to make a glue book out of this old music book. And I thought, wait a minute, I've been saying I was going to do a music book, junk journal. So why would I not use that as my... you know, signature cover, or the cover for my music junk journal book. So those were the signatures that were going to go with that. Here's some ribbon I'm going to use. And when I did the first Anna Green Gables book, I was looking at pictures and stuff that were in the books, and I thought, man, I think I'll reread this book. So not too long after that, I got a free ebook of Anna Green Gables, but I hadn't read it until Julie said she wanted me to do this book, and I thought, you know, I got plenty of time, I'm going to reread the book. So I was glad I did, because the only thing I really remembered about it, other than Anne just being her bubbly self, but I remember something about dresses and how Marilla just dressed her in such plain clothes. So I'm just thinking drab and plain all the time, but absolutely not, because Anne is just fascinated by the beauty of Prince Edward Island. So, you know, a lot of flowers and scenery and things like that. So I was so glad I reread it, because I'm not going to concentrate on the drab. I won't concentrate on the floral and the beauty of Prince Edward Island. And here's some items I'm probably going to use. So anyway, this is just my stash. And here's some old laces I'm going to use. And every time I found something I thought might work, I just chunk it in here. So anyway, I'm going to, here's the other book I found. I think I made another video showing how I'd gotten this. So I'm going to glean some pictures out of it. So I think what I'll do is just get all the pictures out and then start gathering my all the pictures out of the two books, and then start gathering my pages for the signatures, and I'll give you an update when I get that done. So thanks for watching. Bye.